So Belle Delphine has finally quit again, but the fallout of the past few months is horrible. We've seen loads of bait, terrible interviews, and even a real life-size doll created of her, which is an incel's soggy dream. And she's not just ran off, she's ran off into the sunset with your money. So hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Jake Baz, and well, Belle Delphine, she came back, she took a load of dough from everyone, and without even saying thank you, she disappeared. I'm sure you know her, she is the e-girl that created e-girls and is the reason that every other e-girl has spawned in the world. And she also had YouTube and YouTubers on strings for years. She sold her own bathwater, gave Will and E a nice fresh new Fiat 500, made millions, and then, like the Flash, was just gone. She genuinely did make millions monthly, and she has massive social medias on everywhere, including the not so friendly YouTube site that she's got. And recently, like she has done before, she has come back, she's caused a load of a ruckus, and then she just disappeared again into the void. There's so much to go through here, so if you do enjoy the video, please hit the like and sub. I would love to see you back, and it helps out the channel a lot. So she ran away from the internet for about a year, and she's done this multiple times, as I say. But I think because money got very tight with her, she decided to come back, and not only that, she came back with this shite.
It's too fast! How could you even tell what's on?
You're broken. I don't want to play with you anymore.
I usually skip this part. But yeah, she's put herself in Toy Story. I'm not sure if that's entirely legal. I don't think she cares. And I think she summed up her status here. Yeah, I think I could have told her that. And it's a two-pronged thing for me because I can't tell genuinely whether she came back because she started running out of money, because the amount of money that she has earned so far is ridiculous. Or like what a lot of people do that are in the social media eye is they take a couple of months off and they start to really crave it. So they end up coming back and trying to double down on it with this fantastical scheme for a naughty site content. If you want to see her get the Woody, this is not the video for that. You can go somewhere else. But this with the caption, has anyone seen Andy? I've been stuck in this room for 14 weeks. She's really committing to the bit, isn't she? I don't know why she's wearing them sweatbands as well. There is no need. I have a little feeling in my brain that something about this situation with the amount of things in the background that relate to Toy Story, it's a little bit childish, and I wonder why. We'll cover that a little later. But this idea is also totally juxtaposed to other things that she did in her rollout, because about a week after this, she ended up doing a podcast with Louis Theroux, which for the American people out there, I just want to tell you that that is such a weird crossover. Louis Theroux has been doing documentaries on loads of different types of things for years now, and none of them are even close to what this is.
They also call you the Queen of the Simps. Who came up with that?
Oh, I have no idea. Simp's basically just a very strong male fan of a woman who maybe has connotations of giving her money or white knighting her a bit on the internet.
Yeah, you've always had quite a few of them, haven't you, Belle? Like I said, she is the first creator of being this type of e-girl. The first one ever. So, I mean, it makes sense that she's going to get so many fans like this. But genuinely, it's quite refreshing to see that she is not dressed up like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, and I suppose some people generalize it as any man who does pay for sexual content could be classified as a simp.
I would say that's the case, Belle Delphine. I haven't seen that sort of discourse anywhere, but at the same time, everyone who's looking at your stuff probably.
Often seen as sort of a synonym with beta, cuck. I'm using all
I
the
think
internet
cuck's
terms.
slightly different.
Cuck's what? Cuck
What?
is more... We've gone really deep into 4chan now.
You don't fucking say. This is like a very uncomfortable situation with your dad. Just the idea of this mid-50s man trying to understand the term beta and cuck in front of Belle Delphine of anyone, it's just sending me.
Do I seem like a simp?
Quite the opposite.
Wow. A Chad?
Wouldn't go that far.
Oh.
The levels of terminally online in that room is actually unfathomable. I won't be surprised if he did end up finishing this interview, going home, researching her for a little bit, and then just turning into a big simp. It seems that everyone around her does that. She also promotes it with another weird one.
We got a situation here. I'm going to need some backup.
I sound like a 14-year-old, but my boobs are huge.
Yeah, you definitely not intentionally dressed like one as well. No, that's not the case, is it, Belle? I'm only saying the first name and I feel like I'm telling her off. Like, what am I watching? I'm gonna have to get off that or my brain is gonna start tweaking. So yeah, to come back, she did some brain rot content for some weirdos. Well, I mean, that is her fan base, essentially, innit? Let's be honest. But like we said at the start, she has not come back for a year. She's been away for so long. So why did she end up coming back before she ended up quitting again? And I think that's to do with money, and purely money. And this thing centers around one of the worst things in YouTube that I've ever seen from the past couple of years, and that is her bathwater. Because she came out and exposed the fact that she didn't actually make anything from it, which is insane. I'm sure you remember the situation, but this is the main promotion.
What's up, gamer boys? It's time to get your gamer girl bathwater.
Yeah, there were a lot of jokes like that at the time. I'm pretty sure I know a couple of people who did end up buying it, and I saw one a couple of years ago on his shelf, and it was disgusting. It caused such a stir because it was just such an insane thing. Nobody had ever thought of selling their own bathwater before, but she had curated this like massive multi-level marketing of just simps that would just eat anything up that she gets. And I'm sure it ended up being something like £70 a bottle, but people just lapped it up. People lapped it up, and she made so much money from it, which is just so sad. Like, I know quite a lot of men can get desperate at times, but I feel that that is just another level. Personally, I'll stick to Feet Finder. That was a joke. That was a joke. But the water just got grotty and disgusting, like here. A lot of the people at the time were wondering whether it was actual bathwater or she just filled it up in a tap, and I think they ended up finding out that it's real bathwater because of all the scum that's in it. Ugh. But it ended up happening that she didn't get paid anything for this situation, and it blew up because obviously she needed something to talk about. She's been gone for a year, so there better be a good reason. And what better than one of the biggest things that ever happened to her? Just an insane statement. Selling bathwater is one of the biggest things that's ever happened. Oh, God. Since it's been a couple of years now, I can finally share the biggest L that I've ever taken. Not only did I not earn any money selling my bathwater, in fact, I lost money doing it. PayPal, without any warning, closed my account and took 90 grand that I earned from selling my bathwater. There was nothing I could do, and I tried phoning them up and they said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. I'm sure that this is just a totally made up thing. There's no way that 90 grand's going to get stolen, and they just said that there's not what we can do. There has to be a reason why. I knew it would be a better news story than to say I made so much money from selling my bathwater, so I just kept this secret. Ultimately, I'm still glad I did it because it was a really funny time on the internet when it happened. I still did the mail out for all the bathwater people bought from me, which I did all by myself. I'm glad you managed to scoop up your own bathwater all by yourself. If you're selling it at 60 quid a tub, fuck it, I'll put anything. Does anyone want my toenail clippings? Who wants them? The most annoying thing for me in this entire thing is the fact that she hasn't actually like lost money from it, because even if she did lose that 90 grand, it went global. It was everywhere. Everyone knew about it. US, in the UK, everywhere. That absolutely skyrocketed her at the time. It really did. So for her to say that I didn't make any money is a little bit disingenuous. Why you'd want to have 90 grand just sitting in a PayPal, I don't know. Yeah, that's up to her. I apparently broke one of their TOSs, and then each time you break it, you get a 2,500 penalty. So each payment that went through broke TOS. I've got a brilliant idea, right? And it's called not selling your own bathwater. And then there's this bit here where she's talking about the fine. And then before I knew it, I lost everything very quick. Also, another fact, it cost me $11 to ship one package to America. You do the math. Maybe charged for postage. I don't know. Am I being too outlandish for saying that? I mean, also just to note, at this point, she was making millions of pounds a month. So 90 grand losing it a couple of years ago. It's a lot of money, but I feel like she's making herself seem like she's poorer than what she is. Don't get me wrong, I'd be running for that 90 grand if I were her, but it's a bit weird to come out right now as you've just come back. But hold up, it was all fine because within the week she ended up getting all the money back. She didn't tweet about it, but she managed to get it all back. As you can see here, she said in a news article to Business Insider, which is just insane. Business Insider doesn't really seem to be to the type of news article that's going to be covering someone like Belle Delphine, but I guess we're in 2024 now, saying that if she didn't have a social media following, they wouldn't have given the money back, and that after she posted her problems with PayPal, 90 grand was returned within the week. Does that seem a little conspicuous? I don't know. I find this very, very weird. I don't know why she'd just not say anything about it being returned. I feel like this is potentially a made-up situation. She's very good at them. If this was happening to her at the time and she could have got so much money from it, why wouldn't she just do it? Why wouldn't she just try and get the money back when she was in the center stage of everything on YouTube, on social media, everywhere? Just seems a little bit tactical, doesn't it? And it's probably fake. Especially when a couple of days before coming out of it, she legit takes the piss out of it for someone drinking it and getting in very, very tough water. Captioned his tweet with, "This hasn't been the same since," with an insider thing that it's sold within 3 days, and then saying, "One person sent to hospital after drinking the internet personality's bathwater." Whoever did do that, well, that's survival of the fittest, really. That's just natural selection playing its part, because Jesus Christ, why would you drink it? Like, no matter how desperate you are, it's never worth it. Honestly, genuinely, just so disgusting. Also, do note that she is taking the piss out of this, essentially. Someone being hospitalized because she's got, like, I don't know, she got Dorito breath. One of her beloved fans has gotten ill and is in hospital. She turns around, just laughs it off, and you kind of respect it, but at the same time, that's a bit shit. But it's really unlike Belle Delphine to rage bait. I'm joking. She does it all the time. And obviously, with this big return before she has now disappeared, she had to go on a rampage and do it again. There's this classic one here where she's saying, "Dresses in pink makes me feel happy. Degenerate. You're dressing like a child. OMG. Certain baiting." The idea that she can say that she never ever even tried to bait in that sense with all the braces, things like that. Yes, she did need braces. But, like, she would very much exemplify that fact. So, for her to say that, she's just fucking lying. Also saying, "I think it's weird that people can even relate clothing or be an adult or child thing. People can create whatever content they want in whatever clothing they like. They're consenting adults. The only people that are bringing children into it are the freaks that keep spamming about it, rolling on the floor laughing." That's not the point. You dress up to look younger. That's it. You have these pink outfits, you dress up in your braces, you look like a child, you're holding like toys and things like that. It is very childish. But obviously you know that, Belle Delphine. Obviously you know that. And deep down, I really do think that she knows that, and she thinks it, and she knows it full well. And one example of that is her on this Lou Ferrou podcast again, was talking about getting rid of absolutely everything.
That you see that as worse, pointless.
I wish there was a way to kill me on the internet and just, like, somehow delete everything, or just kind of in a sense.
Exactly my reaction. What? Cheery as ever, Belle Delphine. Cheery as ever. And that's kind of the problem with what she's doing. It is something that is going to be a stain when you get so big that you're never going to be able to get past it. Not that it's a bad thing at all. It's not. Go do your own thing. If you make a load of money, who cares? But once that type of content is on the internet, it stays on the internet forever. And as long as you prepare yourself for that, you're fine. But she's saying this, doing all these controversies and things like that, and then she just consistently keeps just doing the exact same thing and getting slightly worse every time. I don't understand why she's saying, "I just wish I were gone." Well, you can. You have the option, but you keep coming back. Next time, maybe think about that when you're selling bathwater. But as you'll see, she's not only just gone against what she just said there, she totally triples down on it.
Von, I like chapters.
Really?
Yeah. I
You
think
just like to
well, it'd be quite
disappear
nice.
would be a nicer
Yeah,
way of saying
maybe
it.
close the chapter. But there's no way to do that, which is fine. I'm not interested in the fame aspect of it, so there would be nothing really holding me on at that point.
Are you sure you're not interested in the fame? This is a problem. If she's not interested in the fame, she's interested in the money. And how does she get the money through the fame? So she is interested in the fame because she wants the money. And she's made that good a job of it. Like she says, there is no way that she's going to be able to erase that off the internet or even try and move on from it. And well, she definitely listened to that because she's just disappeared, hasn't she? But not before getting some brand deals first. One of them that I saw was so weird. It was a keyboard with its very own bathwater keycap. Who doesn't want that? And even with a mouse mat with an arse or a wrist, if I have seen anyone who's come 10% to buying this stuff, they are getting deleted from my existence. It's $250. To be fair, not that outlandish for Belle Delphine. I've seen worse. Because she is just acting out, and in the entirety of this stuff as she was coming on, it's just outrage, and it's just being weird to get attention like this.
This one's for all. Hey, 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 hey.
The idea that people actually get off to this stuff, it really sends me down a very sad road. I'm 1 year older than Belle Delphine, and if I was caught acting like this, there would be quite a few problems. I don't think I'd be friends with many people. And then before she left, the most outrageous thing, like by far, that she ended up doing is she did a doll, a certain doll, but not just any doll, a certain toy that you can put your fella in and, you know, it does its job. But this is it, right? This is the toy. It's a full life-size version of Belle Delphine. I can't say it looks entirely similar to her, but it looks quite similar. It's quite scary. This comes with a full matching set of the usual tripe that she wears, and it is quite literally life-size, and that photo there is terrifying. Is this a level we got to now? We got people selling them life-size versions of themselves to people to... Oh no, it's so wrong. With the caption, have you ever wanted to clap me? Now you can almost do it. I'm selling my very own customized, cheating toy, including my own clothes and warm parties. Oh, they're so grim. It's so grim, but this is what these people do. This is what the highest tier of fans will do. They'll want to get on this shit. I just can't imagine the levels you have to stoop down to as a man to resort to doing something like this and actually inquiring to buy it. And then it's even weirder with this advertisement. Oh my god, she must have run out of money. At the start, she was doing these massive Toy Story reveals with full clothes, and then this looks like it's made in Temu. Does anyone want a Fiverr ad? It's not the greatest. Yeah, this is what the packaging comes in. It ships with a real coffin. I'm not really sure what a fake coffin is. I don't think that's really a thing that people do. But my god, all I'm thinking is this must cost an absolute bomb. The thing is with this as well, it's like message me on my site to find out how much it costs. You know full well that she's probably not selling this at all. She's just done a one-off for some attention because it works. It is the most egregious thing she's done with the size of what she's doing. Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst, full stop. You sold bathwater, now you're resorting to this. But I don't get this arc that she went on because she hasn't really done this before, where she's just putting herself in different films and just being odd and weird for attention. I don't get it. There's another one here. I genuinely have no words. I don't even know how to describe this. What is going on? This is where you start like nearly messaging the doctors like, please come have a look. Oh my god. What is she achieving? Why is she achieving it? I don't think we'll ever know. It's just all for attention and it works. But when you get £5 million for doing a naughty site one video, I think your perception of reality changes just a little bit, and you're free to do whatever you want and go down whatever dark alley you want to. So fair play to her. She's making cheddar. We are all just so embarrassed. But yeah, she does seem to have actually quit on this matter, and she has just disappeared again. It's something, like I said, that she does multiple times. She's done it, I think, 3 times now. She comes in, she gets the cheddar, she runs. And to be fair, if you can get away with that, I think that is the most commendable way to go in any situation. Just dip and run. She's not been seen on that certain site for, well, as you can see, since June 30th now. And by the way, she's got 700 videos, 17,000 photos, and is $35 a month. And I'm not one to go on them sites, but all I'm saying is, you know, if you really want bang for your buck, for 17,000 photos is not bad. She genuinely has speedrun it, and the only problem is now, June 30th, I can't get anything. I want to get the coffin. I want the person. This has happened on all of her social medias as well. Since July the 2nd, nothing has been seen from her. She has just disappeared. She's gone. She's ran. This is when she did it. It's happened. And do we ask a question at this point of like, do we actually respect it? I respect the fact that she can just come in, she can cause a ruckus, cause a stir, getting loads of dramas around herself, and then just disappear. And that's it. The majority of people won't actually know what she looks like in real real life because she is so far apart from what she actually looks like on the daily, I presume. If she isn't, bless her, you do you, girl. She's done some terrible sort of promotion in the past. One of them, this one, where she pretended to be a young girl that got taken, tied up, and essayed. With no warning, nothing, just out the blue, just did that. Which is disgusting, very disgusting and grim, and every single sort of adjective you can towards that. It's just horrible. It's massively triggering to people who have gone through that thing in the past, and it's disgusting. Like I say, it's just horrible. So maybe we're all glad that she's gone. I think that she's definitely not going to come back for another year when she either runs out of money or she just wants a bit more fame, you know? Throughout all the time on social media, you've just got to commend how she's able to cause such a stir, considering she's only one person just doing a bit of silly stuff. With all these other creators that do the sort of thing that Belle Delphine does, they don't really get into half the amount of drama, half the amount of scandals, so she's doing pretty well. But she's selling that at the morality of herself, and you can do what you want, do these sites perfectly fine, and I commend people who actually do it. But maybe, just maybe, don't pretend that you get essayed, especially on a public platform. Bit weird. But what do you all think? Please do let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like and sub. I would love to see you back. I've been Jake Baz, and I'll see you later. Take care.